I insulted my wife's beliefs and made everything worse. I'm 31, married to my wife, 29. For a little over a year, and we've been together for 5. I'm mostly agnostic, but my parents are hardcore Christians. My wife is Hellenic. She worships the Greek gods. It's not casual. She has altars for Aphrodite and Dionysus, celebrates festivals, and makes offerings. I think her dedication is cool. My parents, however, see it as a problem. My mom has joked about the Greek gods raising our kids, and my dad once refused to eat bread she baked after a ritual, calling it tainted. My mom's favorite line is that she's worried about dark spirits in our house. For months ago, my parents lost their apartment and moved in with us, temporarily. It's been hell for my wife. My mom accidentally broke an offering bowl and said it was a sign those things shouldn't be public. My dad constantly prays for her soul. The worst was when my mom literally sprinkled holy water around our bedroom and my wife's closet altar. My wife freaked out, but my mom just smiled and said she was protecting us. My wife has cried more than once, saying she feels like a stranger in her own house. She says I don't defend her enough. I try to explain that I do tell my parents to stop touching her altars, but I do it quietly because I don't want a non-stop screaming fight. To her, that's not enough. She says I just stand there and let them walk all over her. Fast forward to early July. She planned to celebrate the festival of Aphrodisia. But that morning, my parents claimed they had an emergency with their storage unit and needed her help since I was at work. She spent the entire day helping them move boxes in the heat. By the time she got back, she'd missed the first day of her festival and had to cover shifts the next 2 days. The whole celebration was ruined. She barely spoke to my parents after that. Last night, she decided to do a belated celebration. She invited a couple of friends over, lit candles, set up the altar in the living room, and had soft music playing. It was beautiful, but halfway through my parents walked in. My mom instantly froze, saying she wasn't comfortable. My dad went further, declaring he couldn't allow false idol worship under his roof. My wife erupted, yelling that it was our house, not theirs, and they had already ruined so much for her. My dad fired back that she was dragging me away from God. Her friends looked ready to disappear. Everyone was yelling. My wife was crying. My dad was quoting scripture, and my mom was clutching her cross like she was in a horror movie. In a panic, I blurted out to my wife, "Maybe you should just leave until things calm down." She stared at me like I'd slapped her. She then went upstairs, grabbed a bag, and left with her friends without another word. My parents actually looked relieved. My mom even patted my arm and said she'd been praying I'd see things clearly. When I finally called my wife, she said she was tired of fighting to matter as much as my parents do. Then she hung up and hasn't answered since. I know this is a mess. I should have done more earlier. But honestly, if she hadn't started yelling in front of everyone, maybe it wouldn't have gotten to this point. I humiliated her in front of her friends and chose my parents' comfort over her safety and well-being in our own home.